Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
In the year 247, in the Age of Judges, Vartan was summoned home after the death of his father. Upon his return, Vartan discovered something evil festering beneath the city of Eterno. With the help of some very unlikely allies, Vartan works to uncover the mysteries of his hometown and put an end to the nightmares that plague his people. Welcome to Ethereal Embrace. Hey, that's me, Vartan. This deal is a lot. There has to be some kind of loophole that'll make it very bad for us. Anyways, we need to hurry out of here. I got a feeling I'm about to work up a mighty appetite.
Day 4. The Amphitheater.
I'm gonna whisper to Baya very, very quietly in our head. Say I sign this contract. We take the spear out. We have it destroyed by Cody, and maybe my death following that in the final spot that Susan set up, and we close the magic that surrounds Eterno. And that'll keep him from getting in.
You really don't think we can make it out of here without signing that contract?
I don't think we can make it out of here with the spear and without signing the contract.
That spear has a lot of power.
I mean, I could just go for it and throw it at him.
Mean,
I don't.
It might be the only way. Can I roll like something? How big and bad does this guy look? Am I terrified? Does he look like he could rip me to shreds?
I think my biggest concern is all the things that we don't see around us.
Yeah. When we were talking to Tormund earlier, we probably should have asked him like how deadly this dude is.
He's scared.
Yeah.
You guys are level 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he looks very scary. He's a challenge rating 11. That means that a party of 3 to 4 characters at level 11 would be able to fight this as a normal fight. If that gives you a vibe on probably how you feel.
Yeah. Vartan, I think that might be our only option then.
My other concern is that protects me, but it doesn't protect the rest of y'all.
Well,
That's a very good point.
you could have him promise that he'll let us at least get out of here.
Hey, Yagnaloth, say I sign this contract. Can we add another clause in there? I mean, I see you got a pen and you just created this out of nothing. Or whatever. Can we add another clause that until we, like, all my friends here, that they can leave with me and they won't be killed by you?
What is in it for me?
You get to kill somebody once a year. Your enemies. Without it...
That's already part of the deal.
Yeah, but without me signing it, you don't get it anyways.
I will make a trade with you. You and your friends can leave here without any issues. But the magic items that you have powering the portal right now are to be left with me.
Huh.
I'm sorry, Yagnaloth, but those are not Vartans to bargain with.
That is
Those
true.
are the property of the Church of Greyhawk.
Your lives are not his to bargain with either.
Fair.
I mean, I guess the alternative could be I could just pick up this spear and kill you right now.
You could certainly try.
Man,
I kind of just want to pick it up and just
I know.
fuck this contract. Because he's not going to give us he's not going to give everybody
Man.
the safety.
Yeah, that was such a good comeback from him.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the wanting the things that are powering the portal right now.
Yeah, that
Because
was.
he could use those to come out whenever. Even if we kind of close the magic, I don't know.
I mean, we could just waste some time and let them be spent. Then they're useless. Then he gets useless items. I kind of want to grab the spear.
But do you know how to use it? I mean, is it just a regular spear? I mean...
Oh, am I proficient? I'm a fighter.
We really should have thrown that bag off the edge of the cliff.
Oh, the hole.
How would you get these items?
I would accompany you to your realm, collect them, and bring them back with me.
I don't know if that portal's big enough to fit you.
We'll make do. I'm sure I could fit through into your realm. In fact, I look forward to it.
Oh.
He does know we're not going to let that happen, right?
The one time I don't have, like, divine intervention or whatever.
I am proficient in spears. Just saying. Yeah. Oh. That's not an option for me, Mr. Yagi. I think I'm just going to take my belongings and my friends and get out of here.
Is this your final decision?
Let me give it one more thought over, and I'm going to walk towards the spear a little bit closer so I can grab it while I'm thinking. I'm going to kind of like pace a little bit. Like, I don't know. I mean, you're not giving me any viable options, and I'm going to grab the spear.
And Baya's gonna yell, "Run!" Upstairs.
All right, so you grab the spear. Baya yells, "Run!" Tormund already had turned around and is running back up the stairs. He had come down several stairs to get a better look, and here, he's nosy. He's bolting it back up. And the demon Yagnaloth says,
How disappointing.
and he scribbles something in the air, and you hear a large sound of rumbling begins to fill the auditorium.
Yeah.
And you hear footsteps and buzzing and all sorts of different creatures burst through the other multiple doors and start heading in your direction. So you see Zill, you see chasms, you see imps, you see these creatures crawling that are like millipedes that have sharp mandibles on them, and they are just flooding into this auditorium to move at you. Nothing came from the direction you came out of, but you can hear the doves are like shouting to retreat as well.
Yeah.
Baya looks at Vartan and Moragan to see if they're like, "Yes, we run," or if they're stand put.
How wide is the room again?
It's a big auditorium, so you're in like a college style, fully round. In the center is where the speaker would be, auditorium with stadium style seating that goes all the way up. There are multiple doors that go around the top of this, and so the creatures are all flooding in from those and running across, down the stairs of this auditorium in your direction, though.
Doesn't look like something we can
No,
beat.
I think we should go. We should probably really go.
Yeah. Let's
Do we have any more of the portal stones? Any more charges?
Nope,
nope,
because
we
you
used them
used
all.
one to take Brass Cane back to the basement already, and you used one to come here.
I don't know if it would work in this room. I mean, I could be wrong.
So, couple things we're gonna do. We're gonna do a cool little combat scene with you guys running.
All right.
We're gonna do a horde mentality fight scene.
I'm guessing the spear has to be attuned to.
The spear is a standard spear as far as attack and stuff like that goes. It's +1 to attack for your thing there. But if you throw the spear at something, it does additional damage. Kind of how you saw Susan throw it and then it exploded and then she summoned it back to her.
Okay.
If you throw it and it hits, it does 10d10 force damage. And then as a bonus action, you can summon it back to your hand.
Is that got limited uses?
No.
All right.
No, it does not.
Wow.
Nice.
All right. Okay, so it's normally 1d8. Okay, that works.
All right, let's roll initiative.
All right.
Wow, okay. So Horde got a 17.
16.
14.
12.
So, the Horde, right now, its first turn is spent just rushing toward you, just blitzing toward you across this landscape, down these stairs. They're stumbling over each other. The chasms shoot into the air, flying at you. You even see a Marzi or two, big, bloated, gray, ghoulish-looking creature lumbering down after you. And you see the Yagnaloth is writing scripts out into the sky, looking like he's empowering them, giving them some extra speed with his ability. And he does not move toward you, though. The Horde moves toward you. And that's going to be their turn, but, they're super close to you at this point.
Okay, I see dude scribbling. I'm aiming for his hand. Oh, yes. That is a 25 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, that is 62 damage.
Jeez.
And I was aiming for his hand that he's riding in the air with to crack that thing out of his hand.
Your attack hits and it explodes and it does some damage. And his arm, his small arm, his normal arm, just erupts. Blood and gore come out everywhere. Bone comes out. The pen goes flying, and he screams in agony and throws back his cloak. And you can see that as a whole, his ears come out to have like these bat-like wing ears, and he's got a huge arm that like hangs down almost to the ground. Giant in comparison to his other normal-looking arm. And he starts powering up some kind of ability in this other arm. Maybe a healing spell, something. Can't quite tell. But it starts turning really, really blood red as the other arm begins to knit the wound closed.
All right. I'm going to use a bonus action to summon the spear back to me and catch it.
Okay, so you did that. Do you start running toward the door?
Yeah, I've been running. Yeah, I turned around and started running with everybody. I'm using this to try and buy us some time. But I used my bonus action to summon the spear back. And I am going to... Fuck it. I'm going to action surge. And I'm going to chunk that motherfucker again at him. It's 21 to hit. And I am aiming for his head.
Okay.
That's 54 damage. To the dome.
Yeah, so it explodes on his face, and he gets blasted back. His whole front torso, head, everything just falls back. His feet go way up in the air. His giant arm, the strong one, the one that's still there, grabs down toward the ground to brace his fall, but he gets blasted. The pedestal, the brazier, all that stuff, because of the force impact, all blasts in different directions. He falls down to the ground. And yeah, you lose him kind of in the horde of creatures that are all now running over him to get to you.
All right. That's it. That's it for my turn. Think I bought us some time. Keep running.
Our heroes will be right back after these messages. Hello, listeners. If you are enjoying the show and would like to take a look at a way to support the cast while getting yourself some nice perks, please consider our Patreon. We offer ad-free listening as well as this entire season if you select the binge tier or higher on our Patreon. Plus, you'll be directly supporting our cast for their work, as our team over at Creative Typo have begun to pay our voice actors for our performances. So check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Creative Typo. I would also like to give a big shout out to our executive producer from Patreon, Nick Mead. Thank you, Mead. We truly appreciate your support. Now, back to the town of Eterno.
Keep running.
Dove Winter goes first. She's like leading the way. Running to the point where the different marks are on the wall, and so she's leading that direction. Dove Sean grabs Tormund and is like actually holding on to him, and they're next in line. So she's like running, almost borderline dragging him, keeping him on his feet. The other doves are ushering you through, and they are, a couple of them pull bow and arrows off their stuff, and they start shooting at the creatures that are behind you, trying to get you through the door. And then they are ready to shut the doors behind you as soon as you get through the doorway and back into the hallway. So they're laying down cover for you. And Tormund's running, and that takes us to Baya's turn.
Alright, so I'm going to cast at 4th level Mind a Spike. And they have to make a wisdom saving throw.
Had a 16 and a 12.
The 16 passes. So with the 16, they get 13 damage.
Okay.
The second one is 24 damage.
Okay.
So basically what it looks like is 2 little balls of light flying around and attaching to one of the, I guess it would be the Zill's temples. One of it sticks there and it gives them a little shock, but it doesn't seem to do that much damage. And the second one sticks there and gives the Zill a shock, and it convulses and falls to the ground.
All right, and that second one trips up a few behind it, causing them to delay. And that takes us to Moragan's turn.
I need to get the scene in my head. So we've all been like just racing towards the door with the horde following us, yes?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm assuming I'm bringing up the rear behind Vartan and Baya, and I'm going to let them get further in front of me, and I'm going to turn. I'm going to unfurl my spectral dragon wings. And I am going to use Breath of the Dragon, and I am going to exhale in a 20-foot cone lightning. And anything in its path has to make a dex saving throw, DC 13.
All right, so I'm going to say there were 4 creatures right there in that path. 13? Okay, so 2 of them make it, 2 of them don't.
Okay, so 2 of them take 3 points of damage, and the other 2 take 6.
All right.
Okay, so just a cone of lightning is going to come out, and as it strikes out at those 4, the 2 that are kind of on the edges are the ones that get hit the least. So they're just kind of, they're singed, they kind of step back just a little bit, but not a whole lot. And then the 2 that are right in their path, just kind of, you see them singe and you see them seize because they're just being electrocuted. And I mean, it's not a lot of damage, so it's just kind of enough to set them back, make them stop for a minute, and then and since I'm not in melee range of anything, I'm just going to go ahead and turn and run at that point.
Okay. So you all continue to run. You get through the door and back out into the hallway. Just as you do, the doves close the door behind you. Dove Calbraid takes her spear and shoves it in the door handle to try and create a block from it.
Does the spear have to fly to me, or does it just appear in my hand?
It just appears in your hand.
Oh, okay, cool.
So she blocks the door off for you as you run, and then you hear the horde smashing into the door right behind you. Just seconds after it's closed and blocked, you hear it smashing. But again, the door opens toward you in your direction, so it's not going to be very long before they break through this door and come after you.
Yeah.
Also, you see Winter, Tormin, and Dove Sean up ahead, and the other doves are right in front of you, but you hear scratching now in some of those rooms with closed doors. It sounds like there might have been creatures in there that you may have failed a perception check on earlier while you were walking through the hallways.
Yeah, that's not creepy.
So they're trying to get out at you from their closed doors. So you assume maybe some Zill or maybe some chasms. Definitely not a Morazi, because they could just open the door. But the horde is smashing into the wall as you guys run away. As you get a little ways down the hall, you can hear them smash through the door and wood shards come flying in. But you've got a good lead on them right now, and they're going to sprint to catch up. So, Vartan, it is your turn.
How far away are they?
I mean, you could probably see maybe 45 feet.
I'm going to pull a javelin off my back, just a regular javelin. And I'm going to throw it back at the horde coming down the hallway behind us. That's 11 piercing damage with one of the centipede creatures. I just catch it. It's like raising up and just goes straight through it.
Ichor splatters all over.
Yep. And I'm going to bonus action summon the spear back into my hand. And I'm going to use my second attack, and I'm going to throw the spear at the horde. Aiming for the front of it. It's 57 damage. Just boom. Is it like, you said it's like an explosion, so like, is it like a radius thing?
Yeah, it's a force explosion, so it hits and it like a concussive grenade.
Oh, okay, cool. So it just took out the front ranks of that the wave coming at us down the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yep. And so bits of demons start splattering everywhere, and then other ones come charging through in their wake.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, and that's it for my turn.
All right. So as you're running, you guys kind of stop to turn around to do that, and the doves, Winter and Sean and Tormin, are making good time on you because they're not turning to fight. They're not doing anything. They're not launching arrows. They're just sprinting to get back. And at this point, they've got a good amount of space on you all the way up to the next intersection. They're just waiting for you to get to the next intersection so you can see where to turn. But in between you and them, Dove Amethyst is running, and she turns to shoot an arrow back over your heads toward the demon horde. And just as she does, one of the doors bursts open, and two chasms sting her, two of them, back to back, one in her neck and one in her back. And she screams as they launch her into the room that they just came out of and pull her in and sting her. And Amethyst dies.
Yeah.
And it is Baya's turn.
All right. Can I still see the horde coming at us? Like they're in my vision?
Yep.
Baya turns around and points at them. Can you burn in hell if you're from hell? And she casts Fireball. And that is 44 damage. And I'm gonna do twin the spell one last time. And the second was 24 damage. So you see Baya pointing, finger gun pointing at these demons, and then she pulls out her other finger gun and points at them and shoots off the second fireball. And there is just a huge explosion of fire right at the front lines. And then you still see some of the stragglers, and they're like burnt to a crisp, and you can't see anything except for fire. And then you see some of the rear horde members just like bursting through these flames, like still running, getting a little bit singed, but jumping through the flames. Like a really badass scene.
Those two, the concussive grenade and then the two fireballs back to back have definitely slowed them down. Morgan, just as those things are happening, a third chasm comes flying out of that room, and it's in between you, the three that are in front, Winter, Sean, and Tormund, and your party. So a third chasm is right there as part of this attack and horde.
That third chasm, how close is it to me?
15 feet.
I'm going to go ahead and throw a dart towards the horde, but really aiming for that particular chasm because it's closest.
Nope, the chasm's not towards the horde. It's
it's the other way.
Yeah, it's the other. It's like blocking your retreat now.
Okay. Well, I'm still going to go after that one because it's chasing people. You know what? Switch that to my crossbow. So that's 10 piercing damage.
Okay.
Let's see, and then I have a second attack. I'm going to go after that one again. That one's a 19 to hit and 11 points of damage this time. Okay, so I see it burst out of the door, and I pull my crossbow out and fire at it, and it hits it in the shoulder near the neck, but not quite. And then I immediately reload, aim higher, and I take it out by hitting it in the eye with the second bolt, and it just crumples to the floor.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Ethereal Embrace, a creative Typo production. Vartan the Furbog Fighter is voiced and played by Adam Culbertson. Baya Rustin, the half-elf sorcerer, is voiced and played by Tisha. Moragan, the human monk, is voiced and played by Nari Kwak. And I am Nico, your GM. Please remember to drop us a 5-star rating and review on your favorite podcatcher. Music provided in part by Midnight Syndicate, makers of the original Dungeons & Dragons soundtrack. If you would like to support our show or any of our other shows, you can join our family of patrons at patreon.com/Creative Typo. Remember, be safe, we love you all, and stay foolish. Yeah, you saw it in the vision, so you know that it works. I can't send you this picture of this guy. I tried sending you a picture of what it looks like, but it thinks that it's nudity.
Yeah.
So weird.
Is it because it's not allowed in the creative typo server?
I send it in a DM to me. I guess all of us. Does that work?
Oh, there. Yeah, DMs work. So here, let me send it to you, Nari.
Okay.
This is my strong hand.
Ew. Huh.
I mean, I'll have a bonus action next turn.
A boner action, more like it.
Right?
This is why Discord doesn't let me send stuff.